What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Michael. For those of you that are new, we're going to be speaking on the Aquarius. You see from the title of this video, I'm going to read a slight description really quick of what the Aquarius represents. So we have unique, fun-loving, and independent. Aquarius will never be easily pinned down. Aquarius love their freedom and can become temperamental if they feel limited. Symbolized by the water barrier, Aquarius are known for their brilliant minds and a devotion to humanitarian causes. They are also excellent problem solvers. There are also plenty of light bulb moments and flashes of sudden inspiration from this fabulous sign. With this fabulous sign, right? So that's just a slight description of the Aquarius, right? We're going to go ahead and begin. We have a deck of 8 cards for you guys, right? And let's begin. Actually, let me put this over here. All right, so deck of 8 is going to be coming from the Kipper Fortune Teller's deck, right? I'm just going to give you guys a little briefing so that you guys can go copy some if you guys choose to, right? Let's begin. We have a deck of 8. Let's go. Spirit, what do we have regarding the Aquarius? All right, first one we have for you guys is Thief, right? So we have Thief in reverse, right? I'm feeling like energies of like maybe you guys are in situations where you might have went that route or you might have went down that path. It's not saying it happens often, but it does happen to where, you know, you might have used to be in an energy where you used to see things that you couldn't afford and things like that. So you've thought of different probably perspectives on how to achieve those things without maybe having to go through hard work. You probably try to find different ways. If you look at like what a thief represents, it's typically a person or an energy, I should say, that often wants things very quickly and doesn't want to have patience or the time to work for those things. Now, I've been in situations where I was in that type of energy at one point. Thankfully, you know, the higher power brought me back and brought me into better lighting. And you know, if you guys are in this energy, this could just be a turn on point, right? Being that the thief is in reverse, so you might be turning a new leaf. You might be allowing to have patience. It doesn't have to be actually stealing stuff, but it could just be learning to have patience, learning to work hard for things, learning that, you know, things do take time, and no matter what you desire, things will happen. So you guys could be turning a new leaf. You guys could be seeing a different perspective on life and how to achieve the things that you want, right? All right, so a different perspective on life. We're having a different perspective when it comes down to materials. All right, we have gift. So I feel like because of this situation, right? I feel like spirits indicating because of these situations of you guys being patient and you guys allowing time to take over and allowing your hard work to really show, you're going to be gifted things, right? I was talking to my significant other about this morning when it comes on to energies, right? If you cast on, or if people are casting on negativity upon you, that negativity is affected in a boomerang effect. So when you yourself is taking in consideration of being patient and being hardworking and things of that nature, you will receive blessings. You will see it within time, right? Because you're going to be patient. You're going to be working hard. You're going to be working steadily. You're going to be consistent in your work. Yes, you're going to give yourself days off and times, you know, to relax and stuff like that. But most importantly, you're consistent. You're staying out of trouble, things like that. These things will happen. You will be gifted opportunities. People will bring you things, maybe fruit, vegetables, and things like that from just being focused. And these are all considered blessings in disguise, right? So we just got to keep an eye out when it comes on to you know, opportunities and things like that that's going to be coming your way as a form of a gift from being patient, from turning a new leaf, from seeing that your desires can be achieved through patience and hard work and things of that nature, right? So you're going to be receiving gifts. All right, what else do we have for the Aquarius? All right, we have a community, right? We have a community in reverse. So this could be situations where you guys might be looking at your community in a different light. Like your community could represent family, it could represent anything of a factor of people coming together. This could be your neighbors. This could be anything of that nature. This could be situations where maybe you're seeing things differently. You know, maybe you feel like your family is not family, or you guys feel like your family was the opposite of supportive and things of that nature. I do want to shine light on this topic because I do want to say that sometimes, and I had this thought process last night, whereas sometimes if you look at your life versus other lives, let's say you didn't have support or things like that from your family, therefore you didn't have that necessary blueprint that other people might have had. It's important to recognize that even though your family might be turned upside down, you might feel like it's reversed. You might feel like your family doesn't support you. In fact, they probably disown you even. Probably shine negative light more than they probably down you more than lift you up. This could be some sort of energy like that. You always feel like you're down versus lifted up, right? So it's important to use this blueprint as a way to motivate and push yourself, right? So basically it's saying like now that you understand, how your parents were, it's important that going forward you have to be a parent to yourself, and you have to take this as a form of knowledge in that sense, right? Because we want to grow, we want to evolve. Yes, we're going to experience negative things, but on this channel specifically, I want to enlighten you guys on how to move forward with that. So now that you have this blueprint of what not to do, right, when it comes on to being a parent, and when it comes down to support and how not to support, right? I want you guys to take this blueprint and move forward with it. And this blueprint is going to teach you things. It's going to teach you about tolerance. It's going to teach you about patience. It's going to teach you about acceptance. It's going to teach you about forgiveness. All of these journeys in life. You're going to build a lot of a higher mental structure and a higher spiritual structure than most people. Physical as well, right? If you've been beaten on or you've been abused and things like that, your tolerance is going to be a lot stronger. So when it comes on to life challenges, you're going to be able to face them a lot better than other people. I've seen people specifically, my family members, that might have had a lot more acceptance or a lot more lineage than me. And although at first I was kind of like, you look at it and you feel some type of way, eventually you realize that those specific people are not as strong as you mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. So it's important to understand and reflect onto that. And when you take all this into consideration, you'll be a lot more strong as an individual. And that's the main thing. We want to come out this year on a you want to come out stronger, right? So if you guys are feeling like, your family's in the reverse energy, this is what's going to help you push through it. So just keep everything I said in consideration and just use that in your everyday lives. And remember that you will come out stronger, right? So you could be having a reversed family situations or reverse community, right? Okay, so we have a main female. This main female could be popping into your lives. You guys might be the main female of the family or of the community, or you might have attracted a main female. You might have attracted someone that might assist you. For my masculines out there, for my females, you guys might be considered the main female. You guys might be somebody that everybody watches. Everybody always wants to know the updates on. Everybody's kind of got their eyes and attention on you. My masculines, you could be stepping your energy into, or you could be investing your energy into a main female, someone that is deemed as very, very much, very much valuable to your eyes, first and foremost. But then as you guys walk around, you guys kind of stand off that lighting. So you're going to be attracted to your main female, the one that is going to kind of show you things, teach you things, things like that. So you could be a main female, or you could be attracted to a main female, depending on what sex you guys are, what gender you guys are. You have to use your discernment for that message, right? All right, next one. What's next for the Aquarius? All right, we have distant horizons, right? So you might have felt energies of not being anchored in, not being grounded. You kind of feel like your ship is sailing, because if you guys look, it's like a ship, right? You guys might have feel like your ship is sailing and you're moving, but you're not being grounded. Meaning, if you notice this anchor, right? I like to read like certain ways. So this anchor, I feel like because this anchor is like in thin air, it's kind of represented to me that you guys are moving. Your ship is moving, right? But it's nowhere for your anchor to ground. It's important that throughout these situations, that if you guys are feeling like, even though it's like you're moving, right? It's like, for an example, it's like having a job or having some type of career that you're always going, but you're never grounded. You don't have a place that you don't really have time for yourself, if that makes sense. You don't really have time to ground yourself. You're always on the go. And this can cause depression. This can cause anxiety, because you feel like you're not in control. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to these situations, I want you, I would, how can I put this to where it doesn't sound like I'm lecturing you? Like, I don't want to seem like I'm just like telling you what to do, But what I've done specifically, and it's not about me, but what I've done is, even though life is moving quickly and life is moving fast and time is moving fast, I try to create some type of routine. And even if it is self-care, even if it's, waking up in the morning a little bit earlier, getting yourself a shower, getting yourself sorted, you need to find certain things in your day that you can actually take control over, right? Because time is out of everybody's hands. So if you guys are in this energy of anxiety, feeling like everything's just going quickly, time is going away, time is slipping, and yeah, you're moving, yeah, you're working towards your goals and stuff, but you don't have some type of routine or some type of grounding, some type of time, 5-10 minutes out of your time that you can actually sit down, relax, collect your thoughts and things like that before the day gets started or after the day ends, however you decide to do it. But you need to find time in your day to sit down and collect your thoughts so that you can actually make certain decisions that way you can control it. So if you guys are feeling anxiety, this is some enlightenment for you guys as well. So you guys could be feeling the energy of anxiety. You could be feeling like you don't have grounded. You don't have nowhere to place your anchor, right? All right, next one. It's reverse. All right, what do we have for the Aquarius? Okay, we have imprisonment. Right, this came reversed, so this could have been something you have avoided. You have avoided feeling trapped, or you're on a journey to avoid feeling trapped. Again, this is leading back to what we just talked about with the reversed distant horizon. When you get yourself to be grounded, it's like, okay, there's a lot of people on YouTube right now, or even on social media, that's been talking about how isolation changed their lives. I don't want to say the other word because I don't know. I feel like the point of it is to create the isolation part. I feel like them being isolated and being grounded and having more time to sleep and do more neutral things versus just doing a bunch of other stuff that led them there. It kind of helped them. So I feel like I want to pinpoint that part, isolation. Creating that time. Again, this is coming from an energy of, you guys are in the energy of avoiding situations like this, avoiding forced isolation, right? Avoiding entrapment when it comes down to your mental, right? Because, see, your mind is everything. So you guys are in this energy of avoiding being entrapped through mind control, or through energies of feeling like you're isolated, feeling like you're not free, right? Again, feeling uncontrolled about your situation, because if you had control, you will be free, you will be, so this is the energy that you guys are walking into, or you guys are coming away from. Either way, it's still trying to avoid it, right? When you move forward with life, try to just control yourselves. Try to be grounded, because if you don't become grounded, your world will ground you, right? So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but being imprisonment, and reverse, this is a reverse. So this means that you're wanting to go into an energy where you're avoiding these situations. You're wanting to avoid forced isolation. You want to isolate yourself, yes, but you don't want to be forced. You want to be able to release when you can release. So this could be an energy of that. You guys could be reversing that. It could be even reversing the generational curse. You guys might feel like your peoples are being incarcerated and things like that, and you might be avoiding all of that stuff, right? By making maybe the right choices, by just kind of being patient with time. Again, this goes back to the first card when it comes on to the thief. Being patient with the things that you desire, right? Some people, yes, they do things for certain reasons, but if you're in an energy where you don't have to do those certain things to support your peoples or whatever, then yes, you probably should find a different avenue and things like that. It might take a little longer, but you're trying to avoid this, right? So just keep that in mind. So you're in energy of wanting to avoid imprisonment, all right? Or being forced isolated, whether, even if it's mental, because sometimes you could get in a situation fast that, again, if you keep moving and you have that anxiety, then you're not necessarily in control. And then you get into an energy where you feel like everything else is controlling you. So that's also a sign of imprisonment, which you're trying to avoid. What do we have for the Aquarius? Okay, we have marriage. We have marriage for you guys. We have marriage. It could be difficulties, or you guys might feel like you're having difficulties with the companions that you seek. I know we talked about the main female dear come for you guys, so this could be a form of patience that this reading could be applying towards. If you guys are in this energy of feeling like you want a main female or main male or main masculine or whatever the case is, but you don't really have you're not adapting the patience or even the mystical mindset that things will happen, things will turn out, you will have that significant other that you desire. We just gotta have patience. So this could be an energy of feeling like you don't have you have not found it. If this is an energy where you feel like you're not going to be married and things like that, you need to change that energy. You need to switch that role around. You need to turn that maybe I'm not going to get married to I just haven't found the right person. Because when you shut that door, you understand, when you shut that door and say maybe I might not, you've already manifested that it's impossible for you because you've already accepted it, right? Listen, doesn't matter how old you are, none of that. Until your dying day, it's pointless to accept things that have not happened and occur yet. Until your last breath, you should always keep a hold on those things that you desire. So, moving forward, you're in this energy of feeling like you can't get married and you can't find a significant other. You want one. You want a main female because it came off for you guys. You're going to meet one, but you just have to be patient with it, right? So, just be patient and keep that door open for those significant others. Of course, be rational, be smart about it. You know, saying watch where you attract, because where you attract, you can get mad if they go back to that scenery. For example, if you meet somebody in a club, but you're not really a club person, it don't make sense. Well, you can talk to them, whatever, but if you feel like that's the lifestyle, you feel me, let them be, because you don't want to change. If you like people being in the library, you gotta go find someone in the library. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, be rational about it. But don't feel like because you have not found your Mrs. Right or your Mr. Right that things are going wrong, right? So just keep that in mind. Things are not going wrong. It just takes time. It just takes patience. And sometimes it takes years. Sometimes it takes months. Sometimes it takes days, weeks, hours. Sometimes you meet somebody, right? Your significant other. And then you have to meet them again in the next couple of years, right? That happened to me. So you got to kind of work with it, right? You got to work with spirit, work with the universe. Everything happens for a sole purpose. Okay, Aquarius. All right, so we have main male that came off for you guys. Main male. So, oh, look at that. Look, main male, main female, right? It's perfect match. Perfect match is on you guys' way. Again, this is the main male or main female could be indicating when it comes down to a match, right? It takes time. So over here, the energies, I'm gonna sum it all up for you guys, right? You're definitely an energy of turning a new leaf, right? You're turning an energy of being grounded, right? You want to be patient, right? And being patient, of course, means to be grounded. In reverse, distant horizon. You see, when I was talking about the anchor, if the anchor's in the sky, it don't really necessarily have a place to drop for real. You know what I mean? A safe place to drop, I would say. I mean, you could drop it on the ground beneath you, but that might hurt somebody. So, we're not really gonna associate that because it might injure. So, if you're in the sky, most likely the anchor's just floating around, right? Having patience and having the discipline and taking your time of life is gonna allow you to receive those gifts, those blessings, those kind of things that we don't really see often, but they come in different ways, right? So this is important also you got to expand your mind a little bit as well, right? Going forward, you're also going to be avoiding imprisonment as well as not self-inflicted, but emotional or mental imprisonment as well, right? Because you can be in a place where you're moving, like the distant horizon card, you are moving, but you don't feel grounded. You feel like you're just you're not controlling your actions. You're kind of letting the world control you in a sense, right? So this is what's good. This is where the energy we're trying to avoid. We're trying to be grounded. Your community, as far as like the people or things around you and things like that, came reverse. So you might be feeling like unsupportive. Again, going back to it, everybody has their own ways of living, the plan, the life plan, the blueprint, anything like that. It's important that we come away from looking at things from a perspective of what others have versus what we have. We have to look at from what we have, right? So what we have and what we have acquired is our blueprint to life. Whatever somebody else had, that's their blueprint. Sometimes the situations you might have not had the support, or things like that of that nature, but you have this blueprint which has taught you strength, how to be self-controlling, discipline, patience, and all of these different things that you have acquired on your terms of accepting your situation and moving forward and growing and things like that. This is going to help you in different areas of your life. Now, moving forward, we have marriage card that can reverse. You guys might be feeling like you don't have you have not met your Mrs. Right or Mrs. Wrong, or Mrs. Right or Mr. Right, my bad. And you could be feeling like you're going in the wrong direction. You could be feeling like it's not for you and things like that. It's important to come away from that mental space so that you can potentially have that. You have to keep them doors open to your last day. You don't know what's to happen. It's no point of us manifesting negativity and manifesting things like, oh, it's not going to work. It don't make sense, right? Then you guys have a main male and a main female. This is going to be confirming that you guys will find your significant other. You just have to be open-minded. Yes, you guys have to go out there and mingle and things like that, or, be open-minded to associate. Do it in a safe manner, of course, right? Respectively. But also be patient with the journey, right? You might again, like we said, you might meet somebody here, and then you might meet a couple people, and then you might decide on this specific person. Meaning you might meet somebody on Monday. I'm just using this as an example. Let's say a week. Meet somebody on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You meet different people, and then you realize on Sunday you like the person on Monday. So Sunday you go back and you know what I'm saying, you start a relationship with person on Sunday. So on Monday. So it just means that sometimes you have to you mingle with other people. It's just my theory of you got to use discernment with relationships as well, right? Just like everything else. You just can't just go off of one person or whatever the case is. Sometimes you go through multiple people to find out the person you really wanted was your first one. So I'm saying, so just keep that in mind. If it's appropriate, if she's already married and moved on, he's already married and moved on, then leave it alone, find somebody else. But you got to use the discernment with life, right? Got to be open-minded. That's one of the best ways to do any task. It doesn't matter what it is, how big, how large, how small, how little. Every task is appropriate, but you gotta use your discernment. You gotta use open-mindedness. You gotta use positive thoughts, optimistic. Try your best not to worry about too much things. And like I said, I'm not gonna lecture you guys no more on this channel. I'm just giving you guys some personal advice at the end, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.